I was talking to a lawyer the other day, and he was telling me that he's not afraid of haunted houses. It kind of makes sense because, possession's 9/10 of the law. My name's Victor Ashley, and I'm a real estate agent out of Seattle, Washington. You can reach me directly at 425-559-4590. Please like, subscribe, follow. And I'm not exactly sure if this content is for you, but it might be. So I want to answer some questions that might be important to you. And if it makes sense, it might be important to somebody you know as well. So feel free to share it. Hey, so I want to say thank you to anyone that have been watching my videos. I've gotten a lot of support. I've only been doing this about a month. And it takes a lot actually to write these all out and get an idea of what to do for content. But at the same time, the reason why I'm doing it is because I have a lot of friends, family, clients, and just general contacts that text me every day and they ask me just random things about the real estate market. And a couple things keep on coming up. So that's why I developed this channel, and I wanted to go over it with you guys and just take a moment just to say thank you. It's very personal, and I want to be just direct whenever I'm talking to people because everybody's journey is different, and this is actually what we're getting into today. Because just so you're aware, I don't own also, and I'm a renter, and I actually work in real estate. So I'm very aware how some people feel like they get priced out of the market, or when they look at their end month budget and they're just like, I don't think I can afford this. That's also the reason why I only review houses that are under $1 million and are inside the majority of the buyer curve, because I want you guys all to know that it's available to you. And at the same time, I want to make sure that I help set up realistic expectations, or just a simple roadmap of how actually to do it. So again, I'm not exactly sure who this is important to, but it might be important to you, and that's the reason why I'm doing it. And if you have any questions on it, just drop me a line. I give you my number. Feel free to subscribe and hit the like button. So let's get into our rents. So I've been hearing a lot lately, and this is something that I've heard for like the last 6-7 years. But it's better to buy than to rent. Now, I don't want to get into a straight financial discussion on this, but I want to give you some numbers in our current market, what we're looking at. So right now in Seattle, for the week of March 7th in 2023, 1 year ago, we were in an extreme seller's market. There was people lined up out the door, throwing as much money as possible at some of these houses. I know because I was doing some of the open houses, or I was with my clients trying to fight for them to get them representation at that time. We went from that to now on the other end. It's kind of unaffordable for the majority of people to actually buy. And so we're seeing a decrease in the market activity. I'm not someone that can declare it a buyer's market, but it looks like a buyer's market. And I would just want to be open and transparent with my analysis, so you have an idea of what we're working with. So let's get into rents a little bit. And if you're new to the channel, I track every single day 6 zip codes. 2 of them are in Seattle proper. That's the Crown Hill and the Queen Anne area. And then 4 of them are in Linwood. And I kind of do them on a rotation, and I just want to give you an idea of what I actually do. Now, for this analysis, we are only doing the zip codes that I track in the North Seattle area, which is the Linwood market and the Linwood market core. So some of this is Mount Lake Terrace, a little Briar, just outside of Edmonds, and then also Linwood proper. So I just want to give you an idea of where I'm actually looking at that. I'm going to list the zip codes that I track independently also. So let's get into our analysis and let's get started. So go to screen share. And again, I pulled this up because I wanted you guys to have an idea of where we were actually looking. We're looking in this general zone, not quite to shoreline. We're covering some Mount Lake Terrace, and then we're mostly going around in that zone. Here's a better map if you had a question of where I'm actually pulling these things. And here's some of the data points I actually pulled up, and this is what we're looking at today. Okay, so going into our data, because you guys know I'm a nerd just like you, what I found out was I had to figure out a way to figure out the rents. So when I went into it, I just did our normal, um, our cost divided by our square footage, and now I got a monthly rate. Okay, so if we just look at number one here across the top, for $1,700 a month, you can rent a 970 square foot apartment, and that comes out to $1.75 a square foot. Now, I ran that for all the rents in the area that are currently available or rented in the last 60 days in Linwood. So now you have a general idea of how I actually pulled that out. When I did that market average, it came to $1.70 a square foot. Now, the average house, what it actually looked like was approximately 1,700 square feet, 3 beds, 2 bath, and it's been on the market for 44 days on average to be rented. And the average rent came out to just a hair over $2,700. So now you have a general idea of what we're looking at. Now, also, when I compared the same area again for houses available for purchase, I came up with something interesting. It was almost the exact same. Now, I'm not exactly sure if that's by design or just by pure luck, but I actually thought it was great. So this is why I just wanted to take a quick moment and say, hey, this is pretty cool. But this is where we're at on this. So we came out with $716,000 was the purchase price, 45 days on market, so literally 1 day more average, 3 beds, 2 bath, 1,700 square feet average on the dot. So that was pretty cool. I just wanted to give a quick nerd out on that. And our price per square foot average came out to $444 a square foot. So I've heard some people say, hey, the best way to figure out rents versus price is you just take your rent cost and you multiply it by 360, and then you get an idea of what rents can actually should be or could be. And let's just do that real quick. So just to give you an idea, the cost per square foot, if you theoretically rented this theoretical house for 30 years, it would cost you $612 a square foot, just so you have an idea of where your purchase price is, okay? But the issue that we're seeing right now is $444 a square foot really doesn't matter because of today's interest rates, and let's get into it real quick. So on the mortgage side of things, and hopefully you can see this because I'm still trying to figure out where to put my picture in this. To buy a house approximately of this size in today's market and interest rate environment, we would have to have a household income of $210,000, low monthly debts, and also bring a $60,000 down payment. And that would qualify us for just a hair above where we're actually at. Now, I'm actually going to move this to 205 and see if we get any closer. There we go. Perfect. Okay, 205. So $205,000 monthly, yearly household income. So that can be 1, 2, or even 3 people in the household contributing. A $60,000 down payment on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage of 7.335, currently estimated by Google right now. And then everybody's credit scenario is completely different. Monthly debts, low again. And what that would come out to is a mortgaged amount of $656,000. Now, on the payment side of it, let's switch over to the payment. That would be approximately $4,500 a month, plus on top of that, any kind of insurance, PMI, and then HOAs. So just so you have a general idea, that's where we're competing with in our market right now. So if I was to buy this theoretical house that I just showed you in the Linwood area, it would cost me at least $4,500 a month. Now, when we get into our rents, we could see how there's a bit of a disparity, a bit of a gap here. So to actually rent, though, at current market available rent or recently rented in this area, to rent the exact same house, it would be $2,700 a month. So this kind of brings us to our point of where there's a breaking point here. So for $1,800 more, you can buy. But at the same time, if you rent for less, you don't have any kind of equity build. So this is when it's very specific to each person. So this gives you an idea of where we're at in the current market. So even though houses are on the market for a longer amount of time, the cost of purchase needs to be lower, or the interest rates need to be lower for it to make sense for some people to move out of being a renter to being a home buyer. So I didn't want to get too crazy on this, but I just wanted to draw some quick numbers so you have an idea. If this is something that interests you, get back to me, leave me a comment, or shoot me a text. I put my phone number in there earlier, and then also my email's in the description. But I wanted to just take a quick moment and really underline where we're at in the current market with the breakdown of rents versus purchase. And again, like I said earlier, it's 100% up to you. And if it's something that you want to do, then I can help you with that, as well as anyone that I might be able to refer. So it would be a pleasure working with you today, and I'm happy to earn your business, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.